Hey, what's up, you guys? How's it going? Who's online? Who's awake this morning? I'm just in my back garden. Maybe I'll show you my tomatoes later on. Maybe not. Okay. Let me get this, because I'm getting the sun in my eyes and I can't see what I should be able to see. Okay. Cool. What's up, guys? What's up? Good morning. Alright, so they say that everything that we do is either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. So today, hopefully, I'm gonna be able to share with you some tips on how to avoid a lot of pain in the future. Alright, so let me get this. Can't see my face with this thing. Where's the sun? It's running away. Okay, so I'm just sitting here in my back garden. Awesome. So today I wanted to talk why being a leader in network marketing is very, very different from any other business or any other job. Right? Because you might have been a leader in a job, in a management position, supervising or whatever, or you've been a leader of a traditional business, But network marketing is very, 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 very different, right? So what we need to realize that network marketing is a volunteer army. Now, what I mean by that is that nobody gets drafted into network marketing. Nobody gets employed, right? It's not a job where somebody gets paid an hourly salary and they have to do the job, right? Like in a traditional world. It doesn't work like that in network marketing. You see, network marketing is it's a commission only, right? So each person gets paid for the results they provide, but therefore there is no boss and there is no employees or anything like that. So it's important to understand that, because in network marketing, you can't tell people what to do. Right? You can't tell your sponsors, your upline, your leaders tell what to do, because they don't work for you, right? They have their own business, right? And they run their own business. Now, if you happen to be in their team, if they recruited you in a business, that's awesome, but they don't really have to do anything for you. I mean, we say that, look, as a sponsor, as a leader, you have to look after your people, blah, blah, blah. But really, you don't have to. I mean, people who invited you into the business, if they do support you and help you and guide you, it's awesome. But if they don't, it doesn't really matter. You can still succeed, you can still build your business and become super, super successful, even if your sponsor has never worked with you. We have these stories of people joining the business and their sponsor quits the day after, and they go on and build super successful businesses, right? So your sponsor doesn't have to do anything for you, right? And same way your team members, people you recruit in the business. Now, you might feel like, I'm a leader for these people, they have to listen to me and they have to, do whatever I tell them. Hey, Stephanie, right? But actually, your team members don't have to do anything, right? And you have no right, actually, of telling your team members to do this, that, or the other, right? Because every single person in network marketing is an owner of their own business, right? So I have over 2,000 people in my team, but guess what? None of these people actually work for me. There is nothing I can do or say to them to force them to do anything that they don't want to do, right? Each and every one of them have their own business and they run their own business. By design, network marketing is made so that each and every one of us are independent business partners, right? Which means we are independent to do whatever the heck we like. If you choose to work, you work. If you choose not to work, you don't work. Nobody can call you and tell you that, hey, you have to do this, you have to be there, you have to. Well, you don't have to do shit, pardon my French, right? Because you can do whatever the heck you like, because you're running your own business. But if as a leader, you don't understand that, and you try to guilt people into doing things, you try to force people into doing things, you try to bully people into doing certain things, guess what's going to happen? It's only going to backfire on you and cause you more damage in your business than good, because you're basically trying to force people to do something against their will. Now, as a leader, you can influence people, you can recommend them to do things, you can advise them to do things, and you can do all of that, and try and help these people, but you cannot force them to do anything, right? Because again, by design of network marketing, most people join our business to have the time freedom and the financial freedom, right? Which, the key word here is freedom. Freedom to do whatever they like, right? So again, if somebody joins a business and they feel that they're being forced to do something, or they're being guilted into doing something, or they're being bullied into doing something, guess what? They're not gonna feel like they are having an awful lot of freedom, do they? Right? They're gonna feel like they're being forced, and that's a job all over again, right? Because many people quit their jobs to come to build a home-based business because they want that independence, because they don't want a boss, they don't want somebody telling them what to do, they don't want people forcing them to do something, right? They come into the business to have the freedom. So if you recruit people by using freedom, when you join our business, you can be financially free, you can be, have the time freedom, you can spend the time with your family and your kids and people who are important to you, and you can do whatever you like. And as soon as they join your business, you go, now you have to do this, and you have to do this, and you have to do that, because I'm telling you, because I'm your leader now, I'm your boss, right? Guess how they're going to feel? They're going to feel cheated. These people are going to feel cheated, going like, I didn't quit my job to come into this business for this crap, right? I came to the business because I wanted the freedom, right? I came here because I wanted to, enjoy my life, not being told what to do, not being forced to do something that I don't want to do, right? Does this make sense to you guys? I'm just curious. Does that making sense, guys? Cool. So that's really the difference between being a leader in network marketing and really helping and supporting and guiding people, as opposed to being a leader in traditional job or in traditional business where you can force people because they work for you, because they get an hourly salary. Then you can tell them what to do. If you're in a traditional business or in a traditional job, absolutely. If you have employees, you can tell them what to do, etc., because they get paid by the hour, right? So they come in and you own them, right? As soon as they get to work, you own these guys, right? Because you are paying for their time, right? So you can tell them exactly what they need to do, etc. But in network marketing, it doesn't work that way. Each and every person is independent. So you cannot tell them to do. You don't own them. They don't work for you. Each and every one of these people work for themselves, and they're independent. So they get to do whatever they want to do, right? And that's really important. And it's important to understand this because, I used to get so mad, when my team members, would try to do their own thing, right? So I would have a certain, either training program or a certain website or a certain group or a certain whatever, where, my team members are supposed to be on and they're supposed to be learning from me because I'm the leader, right? I'm the know-it-all, right? And then I see my team members start to do their own thing, right? Maybe their own group or their own training or their own whatever, right? And I would go like, oh, how come these people, they're not following what I'm telling them, because I know better anyway, don't I? Right? And I would get so upset that, my ego is hurt because they're not doing what I'm telling them to do. And then I'm thinking, hang on a second, but I did exactly the same thing with my leaders, right? With my sponsors, because I wanted to have my own little thing, I wanted to have my own system, I wanted to have my own group, etc. So the reality is that most of the time we only see things from our own perspective, right? So we get hurt, we get upset and etc. because of the way we see things, right? It's because of the way we perceive things. And we know that everything can be looked from different angles, right? Somebody might see the glass like this glass as half full. Somebody else might see it as half empty. By the way, scientists have proved that it's always half full because half of it is water and the other half of it is air. So it is half full. End of discussion here. But the reality is that every situation we can see from different angles, but we always tend to see from our own perspective. And if you do that, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get a lot of pain because you're always going to be upset that people don't do what you tell them to do, or your leaders don't do, etc. So the best word of advice that I can give you is swap expectation for appreciation, right? Go from expectation to appreciation. So instead of I expect my team members to do certain things, I expect my sponsor to do these things, I expect the company to do these things, I expect the CEO to do these things, and I expect, the trainers to do these things for me, which most likely is not going to happen anyway, and you're going to get upset and you're going to get angry because, they're not doing what you're expecting that they will do. Try and swap all of that to appreciation. You know what? I appreciate what my team members do. And I appreciate when my team members do follow my advice. And I appreciate when my team members do come to my events. And I appreciate when my team members, read my emails and look at my text messages and watch my videos. I appreciate when my sponsor comes and supports me, but they don't have to. I appreciate when, my upline leaders go out of the way to help me, but I know that they don't have to, and I'm not going to expect it every single time. I appreciate when the company do nice things for me, and send me on a nice holiday or give me a great incentive or, pay for my car, etc., right? But they don't have to do these things, right? It's just a bonus. It's just, them being super awesome, etc. But they don't have to do these things. So I appreciate those things instead of expecting them. And when you change that mindset in that way, your life changes. You become so much happier. The life becomes so much easier. And guess what? This is not just business. The same thing applies in relationships, right? Because there's so many people expecting their spouse to do certain things, expect their wife to do certain things, or their boyfriend or their girlfriend, etc., right? And when they don't do those things they expect, they get so upset, right? Oh, I expected this girl to kiss me, and she didn't. I expected her to do this and that, and, and they didn't, right? So now I'm upset, and now I'm angry because my feelings are hurt, right? It's just ridiculous, right? Because that other person have no idea of what you're actually expecting, right? Instead, what if we start appreciating people and things for what they are? If something happens to you, something great, just appreciate it. Go, wow, isn't it amazing that, my sponsor just did that? Isn't it amazing that this person who's not even from my team, is from completely different team, they just shared this piece of information? Isn't it wonderful, right? Can I now appreciate that and say, hey, you're doing a great job, amazing, thanks very much. But I'm not expecting that. I'm not, holding them to a gunpoint to get that, to now you have to give me this every day, you have to do this and that, etc. So that's really my message for today, guys. Being a leader in network marketing is very, very different. And you have to wrap your head around that. Otherwise, you're going to experience a lot of pain and a lot of, frustration, because you will be, expecting people to do things for you. You'll expect them to say things for you, and etc. And when you don't get it, you'll get upset, you'll get angry, you'll get whatever, right? But if you swap that, if you understand that network marketing is a completely different operation, it's a completely different business model where every single person is an independent business partner. So each of them, they can do whatever they want. If they want to do something, they do it. If they don't want to do, they don't do it. And that's absolutely fine, right? So whether they are your sponsors or your leaders, or whether they are in your team, etc., at whatever capacity they're doing the business, etc., each and every one of them have the freedom to do whatever they like. If they choose to do something that you would like them to do, then it's great. Just be happy and appreciate that. But if they don't do something that you would expect them to do, just guess what? They are free to do whatever they like. So it's okay. It's absolutely fine. It's no problem. You work with the willing. Right? So those people who want to do the business, you work with them. Those people who attend the trainings, you teach them. Those people who sell the product, whatever, you help them. Those people who build the team, you do whatever. If those people who ask you not to call them again, and not to bother them, and they just, want to do their own thing, you allow them to do that, and they do whatever they like, right? And this way, you have the peace of mind knowing that, you helping the people who want your help, people who want to do their own thing, you're allowing them to do that. You're encouraging their independence. You're encouraging their, their courage of doing the thing, braving it by themselves. Right? It's absolutely fine. Right? And this way, your life becomes easier. Your team members and your leadership life becomes much easier, because now everybody is for real. Nobody's trying to manipulate anybody into anything, guilt anybody into anything, bully anybody into doing anything. Everybody is doing what they like. And that is just beautiful. It's a beautiful business. Then it's a beautiful team dynamics. It's just amazing. When everybody is honest, and friendly and helpful, and just really, sending each and every one of, like positive vibes, etc. I hope, I haven't been ranting on for too much here today, but, this is my wish for you guys, to have amazing business, to have amazing mood, amazing feelings, and really a good peace of mind. So have a fantastic rest of your sunny Saturday. And as always, I'll see you at the top.